Howdy, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode where we talk about what men want in a woman. That's right, everyone. I think every woman should watch this episode because it's important. Because guess what? You got to find out what we want in a woman. You'd be surprised. Stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you get offended, guess what? You can suck a bag of potato chips. I don't care. Yeah. Welcome to Man-O-Rama. I like to pick the wrong intro video to every episode. You never know what you're gonna get. That's what we do. Uh, yeah, I picked the wrong intro video. Yeah. I'm your host, rancorsteve. And let's see if anyone else wants to join in on who's on the panel. Vincent, how's your week doing?
Oh, absolutely marvelous so far. Beautiful day
Nice.
today, close to 70 degrees. Went outside, farted around in the yard a little bit, mostly sat out on the stoop and smoked cigarettes and drank wine and said hello to everybody who was walking by.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you say get off my lawn?
No.
Man.
And
One day.
the thing is, the one guy, he was walking two Siberian Huskies and they took a dump in my front yard. But I'm like, hey, they're dogs. They don't know. So.
Yeah, but the owner does.
Well, he did clean it up. You know.
That's good. That's good. All right. Ordy, how's your week been?
You know what? My week's been pretty good. Today was a little weird. I had to go get some regenerative treatment on my back, so I am now in the club who has had a large needle shoved between their spine and their pelvis to have steroids injected. So, yeah, but the cool thing, the upside of that is I got to do some nitrous, but I've been kind of off all day. So,
All right.
it's the first time I've done Whippet since Jerry Garcia died.
Oh man, okay, that's pretty funny. Canadian Spider-Man, who looks like a Mexican white guy.
Yes, I booked a flight to
No
Mexico
Mexican.
yesterday.
You did?
I did because I don't have a girl in my life. I can do that.
Holy shit! So
I know,
how's
I'm
your
going-
week been?
It's been fantastic. I'm going to Mexico tomorrow night.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been really excellent. Been doing a lot of last minute preparations, packing things up, and making sure that my snorkel still works. Yeah, I played with my snorkel for hours yesterday. It was
I
awesome.
bet you did.
Giggity.
I do every day,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
That's right.
And Rick, how's your week been?
My week's been pretty good. X going down yesterday kind of threw everything into a tizzy as far as my work schedule because
Nah.
everything I do is based around X. Speaking of which, we seem to be having an issue with the X feed, so I'm trying to see if I can fix it on my end.
All right,
Oh,
So,
we'll figure it out.
yeah, right. But Zelensky, here's a message from North America. Zelensky. There we go.
You know, if he drags Canada into that, y'all are going to invent new war crimes. It's what you're good at.
Yes,
So, yeah,
I will be in Mexico at the time.
I did hear that Zelensky's like, "Hey, look, Trump. I'm sorry, I didn't dress nice. I'm sorry, I was
Dude.
kind of an asshole."
He folded like yesterday's
he did.
laundry.
Dude, I thought Trudeau folded like a queer faggot, but dude, Zelensky's all like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Dude, he was apologizing before he got thrown out, and Trump was like, "Fuck you, leave anyway."
Yeah. He's like,
You know,
"Wear a
I'll
suit
give him
next time."
credit, though. Hitting Moscow today, that's bringing him back negotiating from somewhat of a position of strength. Not much of one, but it shows he's got, I mean,
He's got
still
balls the size of a pea. He don't got nothing. But that's my opinion. You know, the guy is kind of a I need money. He's kind of a crack whore. That's what Zelensky is. He's a crack whore.
And not the good kind.
No, not the good
That's
kind.
the kind behind Circle K.
No. I'm talking behind Blockbuster that doesn't exist anymore. Like Sears crack whore.
He's more of a 7-Eleven.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. 7-Eleven. But
The finest quality MILFs and crack hose behind the Circle K.
yeah. My week has been I got through the flu and I got through a sinus infection and I've just been dealing with coughing. So if you all see me coughing and hackling and all that stuff, it's just every time I get sick, I just deal with a cough and it's annoying. And
Jeez.
it is. It's really dumb. But I'm so glad I got through this one job that we're doing. The floor and baseboards done. I had to learn that on in a day kind of situation. We're like 20 minutes. Here's what you got to do. Boom. Now go do it. Oh fuck. Like, okay.
Okay, so apparently what's going on with the X feed is Rumble specific because our side's working. So I just moved everything over there.
All right. Cool. But we're gonna get into a little segment called "Don't Be That Guy." It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Don't be that guy.
Twitter.
Tonight's episode would be better entitled "Don't Be That Gay," but that's another.
Don't be that guy. You know, that's not a bad idea. I kind of like that, and I just exited out. Hold on. Dang it. You know, I love when I exit. I hit the wrong button.
I don't think he knows what he's
Hey
doing.
Steve, you should fire a producer.
I know.
The
I should
producer.
fire the producer. That bald motherfucker. You know, God damn.
You know, going back to the beginning though, I do like that intro of Man-O-Rama.
I do too, and I hit the wrong one. You know, no one likes to watch. Whatever.
I'm just saying, if you want to accidentally use it more often, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with doing it. No problem. All right, let me get this going.
I mean, we
hit
know
the
that
wrong-
you're a whore.
Yeah,
Crazy.
you're a Circle K whore. Here we go. Here we go. Technical difficulties, problem solved, suckers. This person, Seth.
Abramson.
Yeah,
Abramson?
thank you very much. I hate words.
We've noticed.
I'll be racist to words. I don't care. Elon Musk is losing his mind over a protest.
That would be
What?
That would not be racist. That would be speechist, not racist.
Specious? Whatever. Tomato. Elon Musk losing his mind. Huh? Can I
Right.
get through this one damn tweet?
What?
Can I?
If you insist, I don't know.
Anyways.
Vincent.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
you. Elon Musk is losing his mind over protests at Tesla dealership. Why? His fortune is collapsing. Nearly all of it is Tesla stock. You know what to do, America. If you want to save our government from our coup, apparently the rebels' weak spot is protesting the boycotting Tesla. Guys, what's the problem with this entire tweet?
The problem is that Seth Abramson is alive and draws breath.
I know.
That's the problem.
He's an idiot.
I mean, I'll give him credit. That's the shortest thread he's ever written. The guy
It is.
actually writes for like New York Magazine or the Atlantic or something. And when he does a tweet thread, it is still 60 tweets long. It's like if you only had
No,
a
that one he
vehicle
did a couple of
published-
years ago. What was it? It was over 100. It was
Oh,
close to
yeah.
150.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's when he blocked me when I mocked him in every single one of his. Anyway.
Well, no, I told him in a tweet one time. It was a couple years ago, maybe last year. And I said, you know, you could just shave your entire head and just be actually cool and actually change your glasses. And he just deleted. He blocked me. He didn't like what I said.
Dude,
But the problem with that is that all stock is cratering right now. It's not just Tesla.
Exactly.
And so, no, he doesn't have a problem with that bullshit. He has a problem when you're setting his dealership on fire.
Yeah. Well, no. What do you guys see in the picture?
Yeah, you see the projection on his on a Tesla dealership with the
Yeah, that is
when he was doing his heart out to y'all with anyway.
that is so edgy.
Now,
And
here's the
the
thing.
man is worth $500 billion. Not all of his
Yeah.
money is tied up in the Tesla stock.
Exactly.
No,
These people
here's
are
the thing.
fucking idiots, reactionary fucking retards.
Petulant
Now-
children.
I don't know if this was. Here's the thing that with Elon Musk is he doesn't really with Tesla. He didn't create it. He didn't do like he takes ideas and he actually pushes them to do a lot more with Tesla, with his rockets, with everything. He doesn't really. I don't think Elon Musk. He's all like he's a genius in the sense of like, hey, I can do all this stuff. He sees potential in a lot of things.
He's a money man. That's what he is.
Yes,
Here-
And let's not,
clearly
let's not
because he's
forget-
he's a half $1 billion. Like
He's the money man.
or $500 billion, whatever.
He invests money.
$500 billion.
He motivates these people. He's intelligent. Otherwise, he wouldn't get into rocketry.
Well, so first of all,
Yeah.
brain
the answer to your original question is the answer that's already been given. Everything that's wrong with this post is who it came from. But to answer another
Yes.
question, Elon Musk is a lot smarter than anybody knows because in one of the documentaries I've seen about him, they talked about when he first took over Tesla. And one of the models that is now a very popular selling model was failed. And nobody could figure out how to make it work. And he fixed it.
Yeah.
He fixed it.
Yeah. Here's the
Engineering
thing.
team.
This is where this image. I only looked at the image. I didn't look at Seth, the little fucking idiot, because I know this guy's an idiot.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is Elon Musk trolling. That's the thing. Elon Musk likes to troll. That's the thing. He is the king of trolling, and people eat it up. I think this is hilarious. The fact that if this is Elon Musk actually projecting an image of him doing a Roman salute, not
He's a Nazi.
he did a Roman salute. There is a big difference. I think this, I don't know, but I want to say this is Elon Musk just trolling everyone. And then,
That'd be a fantastic psyop to protest
Yeah.
your own.
oh, God.
I mean,
yeah.
that goes back to. I mean, I know a lot of people like him. God damn, fucking proboscis, whatever he's a big Trump guy, but he's the one who started the whole rape Meliana #RapeMeliana thing
Oh, yeah.
at a protest. Anyway, so it was a psyop, and I mean, I think the guy's a fucking tool. But anyway, so kind of the same thing. Run a psyop to where you actually get the right to run out and buy more Tesla. Shit, Trump's buying a Tesla.
Yeah, he is. All right, so we're going to get to the next one. We all know who John Cusack is.
Oh yes.
This fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He said, he posted an image that, get my name off your shitty cars, you Nazi fuck. Guys, what's the problem with this?
Did you see my reply in there?
Yeah,
No, I didn't see it.
He hasn't blocked you yet.
No, okay, so
no, surprisingly, because my reply got like 7,000 likes or some shit like that.
No, he blocked me straight away because I remember he tweeted something stupid, and I remember
No,
answering
really?
him. It's like, how? Yeah, I mean, more stupid than usual.
Mhm.
And I tweeted, for somebody whose career is now straight to streaming, you shouldn't really be discussing this. And he blocked me. Oh man, that block! I didn't even get finished reading the reply, and he had me blocked.
I told him one time when he blocked my original account, I was like, you don't have to act like a faggot. You could just be a man. And then he just blocked me. And I was like, oh, okay.
My question
no,
to
what-
him was, what was the exact moment you realized, or what was the exact moment you decided to become such an insufferable bitch?
He is a bitch. That's the thing.
I'm
John
honestly-
Cusack. I grew up liking the guy in the movies. And
Mhm.
We all
then
did.
he
And then we
just...
found out he
I even liked
he-
War Inc.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But-
I mean,
So what's the
yeah,
problem? What's the problem that you see with this image? Tyler, welcome to the show.
Hi.
What's the problem with this image, Tyler?
Extreme close up.
I don't know. I'm having issues with my laptop, so I'm trying to do this on my phone, but I can't really fucking see.
You look 80 years old trying to read.
I feel like a toddler or you're a grandparent doing FaceTime with me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
You're like someone's grandpa trying to figure out.
But
Trying to
guys,
figure out AOL.
what's the AOL.
Mate.
You got mail. What's the problem with this image here? Not with what John Cusack said, because he's an idiot. But in general, what like the get my name off your shitty cars, you Nazi fuck.
Because he didn't really say that.
Well, yeah, he didn't say
It's gotta be
that.
true. Everything on the internet's true.
Yeah,
Just ask
Yep.
Abraham Lincoln.
Well,
trying to
here's the
think-
problem.
I'm pretty sure that's Tesla, but I'm not 100% sure that's Tesla.
No, that's
It
tough.
is.
That's
That
why I
is-
didn't say anything. I didn't want to sound like a dumbass and be wrong.
No,
Yeah.
that is Tesla.
It
Here's
is.
here's the problem. I'll get to the next image next. But here's the problem. Elon Musk did not create fucking Tesla cars. He just bought the company.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone assuming that he actually created the Tesla cars, like that's how stupid liberals are. Like here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The point where you realize that liberals are all for the global warming, climate change, whatever fucking crazy ass names you want to come up with next, it's going to change in the next couple of years. Elon Musk, they're all happy with him, like, oh, electric. Well, guess what? Actually, electric cars is more harmful to humans than petrol. And anyone watching right now, when I just said petrol, that's gasoline.
Whatever, British boy.
Yeah,
Okay, you know what? I like saying petrol a little bit better. It just sounds better. Gasoline,
Yeah.
okay, but they're petrol. and
Okay,
gasoline-
that
okay.
just
Anyways.
proves you've been hanging around. That just proves you've been hanging around Vincent too long. But I do want to point out that Danielle hanging out.
I
with
don't
our
say
chat,
petrol.
she
I
actually
say
Hold up. It
Yeah,
just
but
means I've watched
just say a
enough.
lot of other pretentious shit.
I don't.
It just
I don't
means
say
I've.
petrol. I say l'essence because that's how they say it in France. You cocksucker.
That's the gayest possible way you can say gasoline.
If you,
But-
what I said, if you would have heard
It
the
is
second part of the sentence, is
essence.
you say enough pompous shit, so it
Yeah.
still counts.
But no, petrol. It's because I watched enough Top Gear. I'm used to saying
Yep.
petrol.
The
But
I bet you say coupe, don't you?
Steve, this use of Nazi,
In
I mean,
saloon
really-
car.
it lowers the value of calling someone a Nazi. It used to mean something. Now it means nothing.
thank you.
That's
Yes.
that's with everything the liberals.
I've been to Auschwitz. I've been to the fucking gas chambers. I've seen them with my own eyes. Elon Musk, he wasn't there. Didn't see him.
Yeah.
You went on the wrong day.
The problem that I have with people that are going up. So there's people who are on the left. I'll say liberals, libtards, and they all a few years ago, I'll say 10 years ago, they're all for Tesla. Yay, Elon Musk saving climate change, electric cars. Well, guess what? The battery in that thing is actually a lot worse than what you think, because to mine it, you kill hundreds of people. And then you get the electric car. It's not as good.
Children, not just people. Children.
Children.
Yeah,
Sorry, thank you very
little
much.
African children.
Thank you.
Hundreds
Well,
of
they're
them
more
die
easily
every day.
replaced.
Little Quinta Kunta. But
His name is Toby.
Toby, yeah. But here's the thing. It's now that he's like, hey, I'm going to audit the entire government. Now the libtards are all pissed off because, oh my gosh, there's nothing wrong with what Elon is doing. He's actually trying to say, hey, look, a guy who has made almost $500 billion trying to audit and trying to budget America, I think I'm going to listen to this guy. He might be
If,
smart.
if anybody else could relate to that large of a number, because there's a point where trillion just means fucking nothing. When he goes, yeah, that's I got a
Okay.
quarter of that, or I got
What people
Yeah.
need to remember is trillion. Okay. I want everybody out in the audience to start counting to 1 million, and I don't want you to stop. I
I'm
don't
not
want
gonna
you to
It's
stop
taking
counting
forever.
because it will take you 15 days to count to
Yes.
1 million.
Now
If you
count
count
to a
one number
billion.
per second.
Now
Now,
count to a billion.
yeah, exactly.
It's like
And then-
what, 30
and then
years?
let's ask Rock.
And then count to a
32.
trillion.
32 years. And
32
a trillion is 32,000 years for a trillion.
Yeah. Here's the thing, people. Anyone watching right now, if you're against Elon, get fucked. The guy is actually trying to budget the thing, even though he doesn't have, like, he's just trying to help Trump and trying to be like, hey,
No,
look.
see, that's what they're not interested in that. They
No.
hate him because he's aligned with Trump, who they have been
Yeah.
taught to hate.
Yeah.
They used to
we're gonna
love
get
him.
to- I
They
know,
used to-
right?
Just
They
like
used
they
to
used
love
to
him.
love Donald Trump.
Yep.
Back in the early 2000s, they loved him.
And Tulsi
Hey,
Gabbard.
did you know?
The
Did you
Apprentice
know-
didn't become popular with right wingers watching it.
So did you know that The Apprentice is coming back to NBC?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did not.
It's coming back, baby. Look, everybody. I'm bringing back The Apprentice. You're all going to love it.
With Barron Trump?
I don't know. No, it's just the... Okay, so here's the other thing. I have a conspiracy... Like, Barron Trump. He was like, when Trump, the president now, when he was president, Barron was like probably my size. Now he's like 7'10", whatever. It doesn't make sense at all.
Dude, Barron was never your size.
No. Barron Trump, I heard, is hilarious. Like, I know some guys that actually hung out with him, and they're like, dude, this guy is hilarious. I was like, can I join? They're like, no. I was like, fuck you.
You know why? You must be this tall to join this group.
I,
Oh, and to count to a trillion, doing one number every 2 seconds, which would be the average, 63,418 years.
Right.
holy shit.
Well, 1 per second is 32,000.
So, Canadian Spider-Man, I have a challenge. Count to a trillion.
Yeah,
right
well, I
now.
can do 1 per second, so it'll only take me 32,000 years.
So, we're going to
Yeah,
get
when
to...
you get into the hundreds of millions, it's going to take you. It's why Grok averaged it out at 2 seconds.
Grok blows goats.
So,
There's
we're going to get to...
Google it.
We're gonna get to the next image here. I saw this one and I thought it was hilarious. It was pretty funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
David Hodges, the anti-gun, probably the most gayest person I ever saw. Here's the thing, with David Hodges, if I took him to the range, he would actually enjoy guns, but the problem is he is paid by liberals who hate guns.
Yep.
Because I know, Tyler, there's a guy, Oliver. Yeah, I talked to Oliver last night, and I said, look, we'll take you to the gun range with Virgil. A lot of guys right now are like, who are you talking about? Don't worry about it. It's the guys in the Freemasons. And I talked to Oliver, and no, it was Juan. I get them mixed up. Anyways, so I told
Dude,
Juan,
can you tell the voices in your head to figure this out? We're confused.
they all look the fucking same. They're Asian. And anyways, so I told Juan.
Are you sure?
It was Oliver, dude.
Oliver or Juan, one of them. And
Olive
Olive
Juan.
Juan. And I
Juan,
said,
Just
so we're trying to do
talk about both of them and call them One Direction from now on. It makes everybody's
One
life
Direction.
easier.
So I was talking to One Directions the other day, and I said, yeah, we'll start you off.
That was a
at
minute out of my
22,
life. I'm never
and
getting
then
back.
we'll work your way. And he's never liked guns. And I was like, wait until you use my 357 Magnum. He's like, oh, that's gonna be a lot. And I was like, no, it's not. And you're gonna have a smile like a kid. Anyways, I just thought that was a funny story. It is probably Oliver. I don't know. They all fucking look the same.
Juan is the secretary. Oliver is the steward.
Okay, so it's Juan.
Yeah, I can't see him being
a big gun guy.
Can you just say this fucking guy or this other fucking guy?
They're all bald.
Jesus fucking
These two-
Christ.
Yeah,
Two guys that both look the same because they're Asian. That could have saved us like 5 minutes.
Although
could've just lied.
I'm
Anyways.
confused. There's
Anyways.
I have
an
lost
Asian-
my will to live to hear this story.
an Asian named Juan.
Anyways.
Okay.
I
Orty,
think he's happy most of us were gone last week for a political show because now he's like, I've lost control of my show.
Orty, I love the fact that you just lost your nuts on that one. You're like, what the fuck's going on? Anyways, David Hogg said Trump doesn't realize, but he just opened a Pandora's box. I love what this guy said, Steve. See, Steve's understands we can roast you. David, we all know you've never opened up a box before either.
Dude,
I just thought it was funny. We don't have to go through it. I thought it was funny. But here's this one.
It
All
was
right, guys,
funny.
what's
Your
the problem
delivery
with this
was the
picture?
problem.
Oh, I know absolutely what the problem with that picture is.
What's the problem?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's a little blurry. I can't tell if it's mom hands, but I'm pretty sure that's his mom. She looks
No.
familiar from behind.
That's not
the
a mom.
okay.
That's not a-
Amish might-
Oh,
well,
No.
to be fair, Amish might
Can you play the video, Steve?
I
Amish
don't
might be
have the
more than
video.
you realize.
I'm scared.
Can you
Amish
play
might
it?
be
Wait,
more
hold up. I got a better idea. Canadian Spider-Man, is that a senorita or a hombre?
Well, from here it looks like a girl.
Nope.
Let's go to the videotape.
I don't have the video on me
That's
right now.
why I'm scared. I don't really want to know.
I was so
Can you-
surprised I got angry.
Can you not share video from X on this platform? Because I thought you had the real.
I got
No,
angry
can't. Well, hold up.
after I pulled my pants.
Let me
back
see if
up.
I can.
I would be surprised if you can't. There should be a share screen option somewhere that you
No,
should be
they
able to hold.
can't.
Any-
I just have to go through the whole process of
It's
every
user
single
error.
fucking thing.
Okay, you
Nope.
you are aware.
Pull it
of
up on your
7
phone
Ps,
and just
aren't
put it to the camera.
No,
you? Prior planning prevents piss poor performance.
Correct. The 9 Ps.
Potentially.
all right. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna do this just for you guys.
Okay.
That's a dude.
Dude. Jesus.
CSM found another almond joy.
I know, right? No, I think that. Whatever. I just think that's a stupid image of whatever his name is, Harry Session. Who names a kid Harry?
Well, first, his real name's probably Harold, but I call him Hairless. First of all, everybody knows he's a paid influencer, so he probably paid the trainee to be in there too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I would still like to point out.
No,
Amish
I don't
might-
think he paid the training. I think he took it out in trade.
I would still
Yeah.
like to point out that there is a possibility that, according that Amish may have been right, that may in fact be Harry Sisson's mom.
Oh.
Either way, it looks like a dude.
That let that spin around in your head for a second. You'll get
Or his dad. It could be his dad.
it.
Yeah.
The weird
So-
family dynamics.
I know, right? So we're gonna go to the next image here. I promise we'll get to the main topic tonight. Don't worry. This person said any MAGA is more annoying than a liberal white woman. Guys, what's
He's
the problem
never-
with this?
He's never spent 5 seconds on Joe from Jersey's account.
He's never been with a woman.
Liberal or otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, if
He
it's
ain't
a
had pussy
challenge.
since pussy had him.
He is.
I
Yeah,
wanna-
I was
I wanna-
about to say he has never known a woman's touch.
I want to know how they can suddenly identify what a woman is. When did that change? I'm confused.
See, that's
Nice.
Yeah. They figured out what a vagina is. They're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Here's the next one. This guy said, I'm a better Christian than any Trump supporter, and I'm an atheist."
And his boyfriend took the picture for him.
Dude looks like Juan Valdez on meth.
He does.
So then why does he think that that's a push? If like if that if he's an atheist, then it's not it's not a good thing necessarily to be a Christian. So why is he saying it off and making it like it's a brag?
Because they don't make any sense. They
doesn't-
never have, and they
that
never will.
doesn't-
He's also a raging
Their
homosexual.
T-shirts are like their memes. They don't have brevity.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why would you be bragging about something that you place no value in and wouldn't brag about? Like, I'm confused about what's on his. And he paid money,
Yeah, it's kind of a cell phone.
and
Yeah.
the proofreader thought it was okay, and the printer thought it was okay, and they
Yeah,
just
because
went ahead.
they're taking his money. They're going to say
Yeah.
it's okay.
No regrets.
We're gonna go to the next one. This guy's a genius.
That guy eats bananas purely for the shape.
He
What'd
I
you
have
say?
one.
he says diversity in rainbow colors because he's so brave. Hurts no one. You stupid orange fuck.
He eats
Okay.
He eats Snickers the veiny side down. If you follow me.
That guy sucks
I
a lot
really,
of dick with his asshole.
I really hope that he gets into a car accident, not fatal, but time is of the essence, and it's a really, really frail, tiny black woman that needs to come save him, and she can't pull him out of the wreckage.
That's why we have a problem with diversity, you dumb fuck. Because they don't want to be equal. They want special privileges for jobs where they're not
Yeah.
suited. Not all. Not all
Yeah.
of them.
All right, we're gonna go to the next one.
But diversity as a principle in general.
Canadian Spider-Man.
That is a tranny. I know my way around a tranny. That is an automatic transmission, sir. I recognize it as an automatic transmission. I even
got
know where the
one.
dipstick goes.
Oh man,
Yeah, he's been to Bangkok. He knows where the dipstick
I know
goes.
where
I
the
love the
dipstick
fact
goes.
that Canadian Spider-Man is like, I know what this is. I'm not falling for
Been
it.
to Bangkok 5 times, I think. 4 times.
Yeah.
Hey, CSM, just a public service announcement. Never put your dipstick in a train.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, but I mean, you could use your finger, I guess.
And if you're lucky, your god's a she.
Yeah.
Murray Head.
Next
Murray
one.
Head.
This one right here. All right.
Dear God, no.
So this guy, hold up, Canadian Spider-Man. You can actually shut up on this one here. You're gonna learn something here.
You're about to piss off the married guys, CSM. Be careful.
The guy who posted this
I'm going
said
to
your daily reminder to avoid marriage. Guys,
fuck
what
that
is the problem with this?
Not a damn thing.
Well, the problem is what he said. I mean, dude, if your wife gains weight, so I mean, if you guys are still happy together, you're both gonna age. You know, that shit happens. So fuck that guy for being so shallow.
Yeah.
Well, that and they've been married like 30 years. If it's stuck that long, I mean, you know what?
Well,
He stayed in shape. Look at him. I think
Well,
she
yeah,
owes it
but-
He has
to him.
to. He's contractually obligated to.
And
Yeah.
so is she.
how
That's
he
what a
gets
marriage is.
but here's the thing. I'll pull it up again.
There's only
here's-
one reason to get marriage.
Well, hold up.
To have steady
So
access
here's
to
the-
sex.
Here's the
And-
thing with
You've never been
Yeah.
married because once you get married, that steady access to sex goes right out the fucking window.
Well, but
Yep.
that's what they tell us the reason for marriage.
it is.
Why buy the cow
Oh,
when you
well,
can have the
that's not-
sex for free?
But here's the thing. When he says your daily reminder to avoid marriage, here's the thing. When you get married and you hit like the 8, 9, 10 years, your body changes. Not because of the other partner or any of that stuff. It's just your body changes. It's when you get older, it just
See,
things change.
that's the thing.
Well,
Things
hang
do
on, hang on, hang
change.
on.
I'm going to be 60 years old in 2
You're
years.
old.
I cannot do the things that I did when I was 25. If I attempt to do them, I cause great pain to myself. You
Yeah.
age, your bones get brittle, you lose your hair, you get fat. Once any doctor will tell you, once you reach the age of 35, that's it. You're running on inertia. Your hormones, they all disappear. Your
Yeah.
testosterone drops, everything drops. Regardless, there is not a single solitary fucking thing you can do about it either.
I like how Canadian Spider-Man has this big old grin on his face.
I disagree with
Well,
all of
can
that.
Well, no,
hang on.
it's what were you gonna
He's
say?
gonna hit
Rick?
the wall so hard.
So, well, here's the thing, and I can't speak for everybody here, but I know when I was married to my second wife, we were married for almost 20 years. She changed a lot in those 20 years. I never saw it because when I saw her, I saw the person that I married. Every time I looked at her, that's how my mind showed her to me. So I would be willing to bet with as long as they've been married, when he looks at her, he sees the first picture, not the second one. Because that's
Well said.
guys,
Yeah.
guys that are
And
in
you
guys
spend
that are
more
in love,
time
they
with
don't
the
know
first
the
picture than the second, so that transition is going to be. It's kind of like my slide into senility. It's kind of a glide path.
Yeah. It's well. Here's the thing. All right. So Canadian Spider-Man, you may disagree with a lot of us, but here's the thing. When you get married, you change. I'll take me for an example. It's when I got married, I had an 8-pack, I had all these things, and I was fit and all that stuff. When COVID
You had
hit,
hair.
I no, well, yes, but that's
Not a
besides
lot,
the
but
point.
some.
Some,
Enough.
it's when a guy gets married and his wife, her body changes, she gains a little bit more weight. When you're married 10, 15, 30, whatever years, at that point you don't care because you're focused on who. See, I know you're thinking that, but the moment you realize this is like, you know what? My wife's gained a little bit of weight. Just think about it this way, Canadian Spider-Man. Her tits have gotten a lot bigger.
See, again, it's just I like just a hand like Asian style. It's everything else is just fat, and they're gonna when she lays down, they touch the bed on either side. I've been with girls like
But
that.
here's
You
the
don't have
thing.
to
Here's
reach that far for him.
yeah.
It's-
But here's the thing. It's when you get married, you understand. You start learning. Like my wife is changing. Her body's changing. She's gaining a little bit more weight. That's okay. Because what matters is, and this plays into what we're talking about tonight, is that what we look into a woman is, for me, I don't care. You could be whatever weight you are, as long as you provide something to the house. And that's him. He's like, I love my wife so much that I don't care if she gained 20, 30 pounds. I don't care. I'm going to stick with her because I'm Pierce Brosnan and
That's
I'm
the
a bad.
thing. He stayed in. He put in the effort to stay in shape very well.
Yeah, but he also
She
gained
should
some
have
weight. He also gained some weight.
some.
Yeah.
It's not proportional.
But here's the thing.
She's letting him down because it's not proportional.
No, I will say this is she's not in the public eye in Hollywood. He is. So he
She didn't
has to
marry the
look
public.
but Pierce Brosnan is in the public eye. So he has to have some type of form on his body. The problem with Hollywood and the problem that a lot of people look at is in pop culture and all this stuff, which pisses me off to a fucking crazy amount, is we don't need to focus so much on how the person looks. It's how the person performs. We're in pop culture, we're paying them to entertain us. And Pierce Brosnan's at his age where he doesn't care anymore. He's gained weight, but that's his wife. Like, he doesn't really care about you need to be like a Sydney Sweeney, like big tits and skinny body. Like, I know there's a lot of guys that are like that, and I know Canadian Spider-Man is probably thinking like, yeah, I would like that. We all would. But in reality, we don't get that because it's in the end, it's who we love that what matters. It's not like my wife, I love my wife to death. And she may not be the most fit person in the world, but that's like, you know what? She can cook, she can clean, she can do a lot of things. She can bust my balls. She busted my balls before the show started, and I was like, "Thank you very much." Like, there's a lot of things that Pierce Brosnan sees in his wife that he values very important, like probably the humor, probably how she presents herself at the house or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. Like, it's he is a good example of like, you know what, I'm gonna stick by her no matter what. She probably is probably the most funniest. She probably busts his balls more than anyone else, more than his friends would. Like, you guys bust my balls every week. My wife busts my balls every day, and I'm like, I love that. Like, it's cool. So there's a lot of like, there's different things Canadian Spider-Man like that goes into who he wants as his wife. Like, she could bust his balls. She could be humorous. She could be like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna cook for you. I'm gonna suck your dick." I don't know, whatever the situation might be. Like, there's something that he's like, you know what? I really appreciate her. Like, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to break it down for you. Like, if it like whatever, like every guy's different. Like, in a sense of like, a guy's like, hey, I just want a woman who's gonna cook for me every day. Like, doesn't matter if she's like 400 pounds. If that's the case, man, she
Then
needs.
hire a chef. It's a lot cheaper than a
I,
wife, I assure
I
you.
I agree. But or if
Then
she's
you'll
like, hey, look, I'll clean your house or whatever it is. Like, guys are different in the sense. Like, everyone on us on this panel, we have a different perspective of what we want in a woman, and which is what's
about
important.
20 meters.
20 meters. And that. Oh man. I'm gonna get to the first question for tonight. This is gonna be fun. I like this. This is gonna be so much fun. Oh man.
That's all I want from a woman. 20 meters.
20 meters. Get the fuck away. All right. So here's the first question for the night.
It's like my old boss used to say, you know what the definition of eternity is?
What?
From the moment I come until the moment she leaves.
Damn.
Oh man, that's funny.
It sounds like that sounds like something our resident Snow Mexican would say.
I know, right? So our first question tonight is: what are things you look for in a woman? Canadian Spider-Man.
About 20 meters.
That's
That's my.
What's that in freedom fractions?
Yeah, about 25 yards.
25 yards. So what? So in all realness, jokes aside,
Out of knife range.
How many cheeseburgers per eagle?
Yeah, exactly.
So Canadian Spider-Man, what's a woman that you look for?
Well, it's
What do you look for in a woman?
it's rare these days.
Yeah.
But it's all you know peaceful, pretty, and productive.
All right.
That's it. That's it.
I like that. That's not bad.
Peaceful,
Yeah.
pretty, productive.
Okay, so within my, we'll call it pool, my dating range of 40 to 60, generally awesome personality, gets my jokes. They have to get obscure fucking dry humor. I've become a leg man in my later years because the tits be sagging. So, but if the legs are still nice, that's a good thing. Again, sense of humor is a must. I like someone who can cook with me in the kitchen, or we can cook independently. you know, and of course, a cum slut is always valued too.
There you go.
You can rent those though.
Yes, you can, but they don't have the whole package, and they generally don't let you take them home with you. He's like, I know, 20
Yeah,
meters.
you can't.
Vincent.
Yes. Intelligence above all else.
Oh, thank God. Good luck.
Intelligence, a sense of humor. Has to be able to cook. Looks aren't so much of any importance.
So
the
you're
older I
looking
get,
for.
I'm not shallow like I used to be. But I do insist on an amazing ass. So
So
yeah,
you
that's
want
pretty much
Chef
it.
Ramsay?
Excuse
Does
me?
he have a nice ass? I've never noticed.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like he was
If he-
saying, he goes,
if
I
he-
don't care about the looks. If you can cook, sense of humor. I'm thinking like this
You
guy
can
has.
hire
He
those
didn't,
things out.
he didn't say he didn't care about gender. He said he didn't care about looks. And since when are you looking at Chef Gordon Ramsay's ass, bro?
I'm not. I just said I don't
Well,
know.
he plays soccer, and soccer players are generally pretty
You
fit.
assumed Chef Ramsay fit one of his criteria that he mentioned specifically. So I want to know
Yeah.
how you knew that.
Cooks, has a sense of humor. I don't know. I'm tying it with his cooking, his weird cooking. That's all.
And he said a great ass was required. So again, I want to know how you know
Yeah.
what Chef
You know,
Ramsay's ass looks.
That's
The
suspicious.
idea-
Steve.
The idea went out the window. All right, when he said "great ass," I'm like, "Well, this." I went with
And
the
you
joke,
still
all
tried,
right?
and you still tried to sell the joke anyway.
Yeah, I'm a door-to-door salesman. All right, that's what I'm.
Not a very good one, but
No,
keep trying.
if you want me to sell you a bar of soap at door to door, good luck.
Keeps going to the back.
Danny,
door.
what did I do?
With
Because that's
with
soap,
sales skills,
because the
with
soap
sales
he's
skills-
selling still has pubes on it.
Yeah,
with sales skills that suck that hard, you should be trying to sell Hoover door to door.
hey, you know. Anyways, Tyler, our grandpa.
Nothing. I will take any hole that will have me. I'm just kidding. I'm actually
No, he won't.
extremely, I'm extremely picky. She has to have my values. She needs to be intelligent, funny. She needs to think I'm funny. I need to be attracted to her. I typically tend to go for Latinas, but if the attraction's not there, it's just not going to be there. But yeah, she can't be
What
like
about
a.
what about gag reflex?
Oh, I don't have to worry about that. It was a little dick joke.
Yeah, we know. It's okay.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, I think we all got it. Canadian
Giggity.
Spider-Man, did you get it?
No.
20 meters.
He's
Funny
like,
me.
no, I didn't get it.
That's right.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, though. Just share my values. You need to be attractive to me, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Rick.
A pulse. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, almost everything of value has been covered, but the one thing that I will say is important to me, I do value someone who has a sense of humor because I'm a smartass once you get to know me. So I think it's
You are?
kind of
No.
Wow.
nah, I don't know. That's what I've been told anyway. But here's the thing. There has to be a line with the sense of humor because at some point it goes from self-deprecation to just straight up beating up on yourself. And when you still try to push that off as trying to be funny, that doesn't sit well with me because
It's
it
pathetic.
just gets old after a while. I mean, self-deprecation is one thing. We all do it to a point, but just don't do it incessantly. It drives me crazy when you're just constantly putting yourself down and nobody can ever talk you out of it and you're the worst person ever. And no, don't do that. But yeah, I mean, mostly what I'm looking for, I can cook, but if she can cook, that's a bonus. I would like help cleaning occasionally. I hate laundry, so her doing laundry would be a plus. But as far as looks, I mean, shit, I'm 53 and I look like, or about to be 52 and I look like Shrek, so I can't really say anything about looks. I'm just saying.
You're about to be 52?
Yep, in 2 months.
That's not bad.
Nice. Awesome. Still
I have
kicking.
more wrinkles than you, and I'm not even 40.
Well, that's
Yeah, he's a
because
year
you're a
and a half behind
sourpuss
me.
bastard.
What?
Because you're a stressed out sourpuss bastard. That's why.
I do. Yeah, I'm
You're
stressed out.
you're a fucking Egyptian.
Hey, you know what?
I wouldn't mind fucking an Egyptian.
Orty, there's a moment where you can say things that was not the. Anyways,
Translation: Steve got hard.
no. Oh God, Orty.
I wouldn't mind it. I just need help opening the sarcophagus.
Ooh.
Anyways, Tyler, have you ever dated a Latino? Or
Latino?
whatever the fucking Spanish word is for female.
Why did you ask
Wait,
him if he has ever dated a Spanish
There's a big
dude?
difference there.
Latina.
A Latinx.
Well,
So
I've
good
never
thing I had to
dated.
get out of here.
I've never dated a guy. If that's what you're asking.
No, I'm asking for here. Okay, let me clarify something for everyone who watching right now.
Steve,
I don't know
you're doing an
Spanish.
awful lot of projection.
I don't
Yeah,
know
dude.
Spanish very well, so y'all can fuck off.
We can tell.
You live
Your
in
fucking wife is
California.
Latina, bro.
I grew up in Florida and Nebraska. Like Spanish was not the key.
Seething hotbeds of Latinism.
Well, Tyler, you said your preference was Latinos, did you not?
Oh yeah, big time. My ex-wife was born in Mexico. She's very Latina. The girl I had dated before her, very Latina. And I can't remember the last time I was with a white girl or anything. I was with a black girl for a little while, but yeah, I haven't been with a white girl in like fucking years and years and years. I like my Latinos.
Don't do it. White girls are crazy. They'll burn your car for no reason.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, I've been banned from dating Latinas from one of my oldest friends because
What did
she
you do?
realized that it's not good for me because I've dated and married so many of them that I have now switched to yellow fever.
Ooh.
Mm.
So you moved on from Mexico, and you're like, you know what? China looks pretty fantastic right now.
Yeah.
Well, I moved on from Central America. South America, I think, is still in play, and obviously the Orient.
And the Eskimos.
Or do you want to
Dude,
be loved
okay,
long
even
time?
better than Eskimos. Have you seen the band Odekin?
Yes.
Okay, they are the Siberian version of Eskimos. So they've got that kind of Korean Eskimo look. The everyone in the band is a fucking smoke show.
Mm.
Canadians might remember, like, I knew what I'm going to look up to.
Yeah. That's
No, so
Korean Russian music
He
players.
was typing right now. What are you talking about?
besides the fact that I don't know Spanish very well because I'm Egyptian Irish and I don't give a fuck.
You barely know English.
Nope, I don't. I don't know English at all. I don't even know how I'm doing this podcast, guys. I really
Don't you
don't.
used to work in kitchens?
The what?
You work construction, you used to work in kitchens, and you have not picked up any Spanish in your life?
No, we don't. I don't really work with Mexicans in construction. You would
Is that a
even in
NorCal
the
thing?
restaurant. It's I don't know. It's all gibberish to me. It's all gotta to me. Yeah. It's also because I don't. No, she is, but she's like half. She's half Mexican, but it's also I don't give a care, so I didn't really care about actually what the fuck you eating over there,
Fried chicken.
you bastard.
Nice.
Anyways, I just didn't care about learning Spanish. Even my wife doesn't know. She doesn't know how. She's gonna hate me for saying this. She doesn't know how to roll her R's.
No.
I know, but I'll actually tell her like, "Can you roll your R's?" And she'll get pissed off at me. It's kind of funny. But anyways,
What do you put
What
on
I
that,
look-
Cholula?
Cholula.
Frank's Red Hot.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
So what I look for in a woman is a smile. Like when I first met my wife, it wasn't her body, it wasn't her eyes or anything. It's a smile. if you have a really attractive smile, that's what I focus on. Is if you have a smile, it means like, hey, you actually know how to laugh at a joke. And
Yes.
it's I married up and I hit the jackpot, and then Tyler's just showing off his
We
cooking.
know.
Yeah. And for me, it's not the physical body, which most guys actually tend to go for. It's more of the humor, more of the smile, the eyes, how they actually their values of like,
Mhm.
you know what, I want to be a wife. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like my wife is very independent on a lot of things, but she's like, you know what, can you fix this? Yeah, I can fix it. There's a couple things I had to fix today. Pain in the butt. I was sweating my balls off, but I fixed them. And because she didn't know how to do it, and I did. And you're yawning because we're boring. Way to go,
No,
Rick.
I was rubbing my eyes
No,
because I
Rick.
was
I
laughing.
watched Rick. I saw Rick yawning. You
I've
bastard.
seen it. I've seen him do it.
But no, it's to me,
I was
it's
young.
not.
I've been working since.
Yeah, no, I'm just busting balls. It's to me, it's not like when men get older. It's not like what the woman looks like, unless you're Canadian Spider Man. Then you got to be all this perfect and all this stuff. But
It's
you're like the 1%.
all about looks.
It somewhat does. I'll agree with you on that one. It
It's the
does
only
have
thing we need them for. We can
right,
hire out every other service.
but it's some of it has to do with looks. I'll agree with you on a certain point.
Perpetually single for a reason. That's all
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
but
It's a plan
It's-
coming together.
when
George Papard would be happy.
but I'll agree with Canadian Spider-Man to a certain point when it comes to looks. I'll agree with that. Because you want to be with someone who is attractive. Who I've also learned, because my wife would always be like, what does this dress look like on me? And I'm like, I don't know. It dawned on me, if a guy goes, wow, that woman's really attractive, it means, hey, I've hit the jackpot. But not not to a point where it's revealing or anything, but just enough to where guys, when you go hang out with your wife or girlfriend or whoever, and guys are like, wow, she's really attractive, you're like, all right, cool. Like on the looks of that, I'll agree with that. But with
I'm
me,
gonna
it's what?
let me chime in real quick. So
Yes, please.
one of
Thank
the
you very
girls,
much.
one of the girls I dated a long time ago, we were together for about two years. She was a goddamn fucking psycho, but Jesus Christ, she's very easy on the eyes. So I would be out at dinner with her or something, or just be out getting drinks. I would go to the bathroom, and every fucking time, dudes would just flock. Like they were waiting for me to leave for a second to come in. So when you do date a woman that is like a smoke show, just completely head over heels beautiful, that's shit that you have to deal with. Is the competition from other guys that know that she's not single but don't give a fuck anyway. So it's just constant like confrontation to defend what's yours. And it fucking sucks, dude. You're way better off just getting like a seven and being happy. You know, as long as you're still attracted to her, don't go for the fucking tens.
Yeah, she's not
I
yours. It's just your turn, and guys need to know that.
Yeah.
If you want to live a happy life, don't pick a beautiful woman as your wife.
I dated a
Yep.
chick who was a US
Actually, a song.
It actually is. I dated a chick who was a USC cheerleader, and I actually knew her family from Nebraska, which was really weird. The connection there, and she grew up as a Christian. She grew up all this stuff, and she's like, "I want a guy who is very humble and all the good things that like a man should be." And she knew she was a smoke show. She was not crazy, and the only reason why it didn't work out was she
That's a dude.
no, she's not a dude. I can clarify that.
I suspect
And-
you're right.
She when like what Tyler was saying, like if we hung out at the bar, I went to the bathroom and came back, there's a bunch of guys hanging out with her. I knew, for instance, like the trust that I had with her, she didn't want those guys because those were the LA douchebags. Like I drive the Beamer, blah 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 blah. Like they're all a bunch of idiots, airheads. Like they looked at the back of the book and they realized, like, I know the entire book. It's like, no, you read the back of the book, you idiot. Like, you don't know
Like
quantum
Shaq,
physics.
it's upside down.
Yeah.
Not
And
Shaq, James.
yeah, LeBron James. It's
Oh, dear.
like when you like what Tyler said is like don't date a 10, which honestly doesn't exist. A woman who's a 10 does not exist. That's a unicorn.
No.
And
No,
if
no,
you-
that's hang on. That's
What?
not necessarily true because remember that we're all talking about perspectives. What I might view as a
Right.
10, maybe an 8 to you, could even
That
be a
is
5.
true.
So 10s do exist.
Both
That's
Eric.
true. All right, I stand.
Okay,
See, here's the
so
thing about
I'm
this
gonna-
podcast. What?
I'm going to put this out to the group real quick. Would you rather a 10 with ratchet feet or a 7 put together better?
Wait, say that again.
Would you rather have a 10 with ratchet feet or a 7 that's put together well?
I'm too old
7.
for that slang, but I'm still going to go 7 that's put together.
Yeah,
well.
I'm gonna
Fuck
go
up
with
feet.
7.
The 10?
How bad are the feet?
Yeah.
Is she like missing toes and shit?
Like, can she
Just
walk?
all fucking gross.
She got
Hey.
hooves?
He's
You
using
got
the word
circle
ratchet.
Does she
Yeah.
have hooves?
She can wear socks. That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll
10.
take a 7. Because here's the reason why. Here's the actually good thing. A lot of guys
You
are
got to
like,
shower
I'll
with
go
them.
with.
They can't take. Yeah.
Where are you putting your penis? Never mind.
He's
So
got a
No.
foot fetish.
That's a
Don't
private
wanna know.
question. No, foot guys are fucking weird. That's why I'm
So-
like, okay, feet are generally gross, but yeah,
so
even as feet go, there are some bad ones.
you did bring up a good point of like, do you want like a chick who's 10 who has this issue? Because there's no perfect 10. There's not. If you do find one, let me know because she's a psycho.
And a
She
dude.
is. That is a dude. But the reason why I say a 7 for me or a 5 or all that stuff, like my wife's hot. She's gorgeous. Like no one's gonna compare to her. Like no competition. Like chicks will be like, hey, and I'm like, get the fuck away. Like, have you met my wife? We'll kill you.
She's listening to the show, isn't she?
No, she's not. She doesn't watch the show. It's not her thing. That's the other thing. Like, there's some women who are like, this isn't my thing, but you do you. I was like, all right, cool.
Mhm.
But with some guys, I'll say go for like a 5, 6, 7, because that's like the normal. Like that's like the Midwest normal.
Mhm.
Like you can actually hang with them. It's not like the LA, like I gotta wear this every fucking time we go out to dinner. It's like, who are you trying to impress? We're dating. Like that's the thing. Like when women were asking me, like, when I finally got married, like I didn't have to impress my wife. Somehow she agreed to marry me. Like, cool. How did I pull that off? I have no idea. Like my
You
shenanigans.
got that big ass donkey dick, dude. That's how.
Probably. That's probably the only thing. Son of a bitch. Man, my personality doesn't matter anymore. Dang it. But
That
it's
clanging noise. It's my testicles. They're a damn nuisance.
at 12 o'clock they go ding dong. But it's but with guys, you are right, Rick, that like we have a specific taste in women. Not all guys are the same. Here's a question I have for you guys: is if you found a girl who's really attractive and she worked at Burger King, would you date her?
Yeah.
All right, Rick, would
Absolutely.
you?
Why not?
Vincent, would you?
Of course I would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
No, she's got humility. She's humble. I mean, she doesn't. I mean, it shows that she's generally cool. Because if
Wait.
she's not, you know,
Does she do register or fryer?
Whatever it is.
Ding, feather
Fire
done. Ding,
might-
feather done.
well, yeah.
Well, here's the question I have for you guys, because I want to ask women this also: is do you think a woman who meets a guy who works at Burger King or McDonald's or whatever fast food, whatever position, is she going to date that guy?
No,
Maybe.
no.
No.
Here's what you do. If you are that guy, you get them addicted to heroin, and then they become dependent on you, and they don't have a choice.
This took a turn.
No, it's they won't.
You
do
know,
it
I
because-
think Tyler has a point there. Don't do meth, but or heroin or whatever it is. But you got a point there. Here's the thing: women who are watching, you will never date a guy who works at a burger joint, but a guy is willing to actually take the time to go on a date with a chick who. And I want to ask Canadian Spider-Man this when he comes back, because he probably be like, "Yeah, I
We
will."
know the answer.
Yeah. Is
No, we
she
know the
Asian?
No.
20 meters.
But here's another question I have for you guys. And I was just curious about that one question. Let me pull this up.
I think CSM's. Nope. I was about to say. I think he's
All
decided
right.
he's had enough.
So,
of our
Canadian Spider-Man, I have a question for you. You're still muted.
He's fixing it. Slowly.
No, I'm not.
That tariff that we have on him, he's just all like, oh. All right, Canadian Spider-Man, if you found a chick who worked at, let's say, McDonald's or Burger King.
Why
and
would I
she
look
was-
for one?
Hold up. Just let me answer the question before
All
you
right.
start
You
answering.
you go
your
ahead and
own-
answer the question.
Yeah.
Just to make sure nobody don't confuse anybody. You're the one asking. He's the one answering.
Right.
Yeah, but he started answering the questions.
Yeah, but you said let me answer the question before you answer me.
Oh,
He
let
did say
me
that.
let me ask the question. Thank you, Your Honor.
Just pointing out that again, you don't know English either.
No, I don't. I really don't.
May I
don't
approach
know
the
why I
bench?
have this podcast. I really don't. I just.
¿Qué
Here I
pasa? ¿Qué pasa, mi amigo?
So, anyways,
Okay.
Canadian Spider-Man.
Yes.
If you went to say McDonald's or Burger King,
Okay.
and there was a really drop dead gorgeous girl
Yes.
working there, would you
Yes.
date her?
No.
Told you.
What do you mean?
Dang it!
For 30 minutes,
It was worth. Okay.
that's not dating.
Wait a minute.
No.
What are you gonna do with the other 25?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Watch
get
her
her to
get
wash my
dressed.
car.
Watch her get dressed.
Negotiate prices.
She can wash my car, make me. No. Nope. No.
All right. I'm just
Nope.
curious. I'm just curious of what guys would think. All right. That's cool.
I mean, if you're asking, does it matter what her job is? No, of course not, because that's not why women think that's
go.
what we value in women. We only value one thing in you. We don't care what your education is. We don't care what your job is. We don't care what your qualifications are. We're not looking to date another dude. That's what you want from a dude. We don't want those things from a girl. We want them to be peaceful and pretty. And we some of you want to make babies with them. That's all we want you for. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Not sorry. That is genetically. That's all we really want from you. Don't try to. I don't care how much you make. First of all, I'm never going to see any of that money. Really,
I do have to agree with Canadian Spider-Man on this. He does. He made good points on that one.
Yeah, I don't care how
Yeah.
much she makes. It's not my money. My money is her money. Her money is definitely not my money. They will tell you as much, and joke and laugh about it, but they're serious.
As much as Canadian Spider-Man has said a lot of things I don't agree with on this podcast, I will agree with this. It's you're spot on that one. Yeah, it's
Yeah, my ex made pretty good money, but when we got divorced, I actually out of nowhere had like a surplus of money because like Canadian Spider-Man was saying, my money was our money, but her money was her money. So when she left, it's like, oh shit, my finances are actually looking pretty good.
Mhm.
like for me, it's my wife and I. We have a shared account, and
Yeah,
all
CEO
that stuff.
thinks so too.
But we also set a point where it's we have our own fun money. And we budget things and stuff. Like as long as like you're budgeting things with each other, it works out a little bit better. If you're not like, to me, it's like whatever I make at my job, that's my money. As long as like we can budget things out, that's fine. It's a little bit more less stress. on things, and it's like what she makes goes to a lot of like paying the rent and all that stuff. And like what I do is the money I make, it goes to doing saving for important things like emergencies, funds, or any of that stuff. But it comes down to if you can actually financially put it to where it's where you can have money in the end process. I guess I'm going along with what Canadian Spider-Man said. It had nothing to do with what this topic was. But here's the next question, guys. Um, this is actually important. Um, how can guys learn to find the positive things in a woman? I know that's really fucking hard. Um, just make sure she's not a pilot.
True.
There's that. Unless you can do a barrel roll. Tyler, how can guys who are trying to actually step into the whole dating and marriage or whatever the situation is, how can a guy learn to find something positive, like a woman who has morals, or a woman who's like, hey, I want to be a homestead, or I want to do this and that stuff, like I want to be an actual wife? Like, how can guys learn that?
Well, it really depends on the woman and compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you're not compatible, there's not much you could do. I mean, yeah, having a great sex life is awesome and everything, but it's the whole compatibility aspect, and it kind of grows from there, honestly. But I don't know.
All right.
I can't really think of anything else.
Rick.
So I'm going to spin this for a second because this is coming from personal experience. The only way for you to find any positive in life is for you to be coming at everything from a positive perspective. So if you're always looking for positives with everybody else, but you're not finding it in yourself, first of all, you're never going to find it. Now, as far as the actual answer to the question, again, it all depends on perspective. I mean, my smart ass, now twice divorced, would first questions be, wait a minute, women have positives? But on a serious note,
I know, that's why I made it a trick question.
But on a serious note, I mean, the thing about it is, again, how you perceive things is going to be mostly impacted by your particular perspective. So you could be looking at somebody that has a lot of positive qualities, but you might not be able to see them because you're in a negative headspace, and vice versa. So the first thing you really need to do before you approach anything is make sure that you're in the right headspace for it, or you're gonna miss something. But I mean, the easiest thing to find out if you can find, I mean, I don't know if we're talking about trying to find positives in women or trying to determine if they have them or just to see if we know what they are. But
Just in general.
first way to find out the most positive thing about a woman is to make sure that you guys can communicate with each other and actually have understanding, because that's huge. Because people can talk all the time, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're communicating, because communication requires understanding. And I will tell you this from personal experience. I tried to communicate with a woman for about 18 years and thought we were. Turns out we were just talking, because half the time we were on different pages and I never noticed.
Yeah.
Because we were just too busy off doing our own things. So,
Canadian Spider-Man.
Yeah.
She has to be this size.
Yes. That's
20
the.
meters.
Everyone knows that.
She has to be a B cup.
Everybody
20
knows
meters.
that.
And 20 meters.
No, they do. They do have. It is nice if you're in a relationship and you're out working and you have the traditional wife. Like my father would come home for work, and mom had the the meal ready for me, and that was how she supported him going out and doing the work outside of the house. She made sure that it was a comfortable, warm atmosphere when he came home, and had food ready to help him. So it was that was her part of the equation. It is everything. I'm sorry, but everything is transactional with the opposite sex, and that was her part of the arrangement, and it worked out quite well. So that is definitely a positive. They fit that role. The traditional. If you can find yourself a traditional woman, they play they play the yin to your yang very well. And how do you find that? Um, well, like someone said, it depends on how you observe it, and if you discover a traditional woman, if you're crazy enough to be looking for a partner, if you discover a traditional woman and she's going to play the yin to your yang like that, and let you lead the household, and she plays a supporting role, the traditional style. But with the supporting role comes a hell of a lot less responsibility too. With great power comes responsibility. And traditionally, women used to be thrilled and happy with that. All my grandparents were thrilled with that arrangement. And I think if you're looking for that sort of a thing, and you've got the positive mental attitude towards that, and there are occasionally you will find yourself a traditional woman that fits the bill.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Hey, that's cool. Tyler.
I already answered.
You did, yes.
Yep.
Vincent.
Vincent's gone. He had a split.
Oh, that's what. Okay, because he put it in a different word. You guys change the names all the time. Ordy.
No.
Yeah,
When you
Vincent,
leave,
sure.
when you leave the chat, the private, it changes you to participant.
Oh, it does. Okay, I've never paid attention. Oh, okay. Ordy. The other
Yes, hi.
participant.
How you doing?
So
What can I do for you? What's
yeah.
the question?
How can guys learn to find the positive things in a woman? I know that's a little bit hard.
I mean, it's something you learn through your life. You can have your ideals when you're younger, and if you're lucky, you find out that your ideals are not ideal.
Yeah.
Then you start to make, I hate to put it like this, but you start to make a pro and con list in your head from all your experiences. So, and at that point, it becomes much like when you have a job. If the perks outweigh the bullshit, you're a happy person. You're happy in the relationship, and that's what you want to look for, because you're never going to find your ideal. So you got to figure out what you can tolerate, what you can put up with, what's it worth to you. Is there this overwhelming positive that can completely negate one of your no-goes?
Yeah.
It's like, is it all of a sudden, does that no-go not seem so bad? So,
Mhm.
unfortunately, it's just experience. You can't, we can tell guys all day long, here's what you want to do to be happy, but you've got to find that on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to make your own list through your own experiences. And that's why there's so many angry fucking incels, like back from our don't be that guy back at the beginning. Daily reminder why you don't get married. I mean, I'm just not you, but just in general, fucking there's some very angry people who have never known the touch of a woman.
Yeah.
Because they never find one who will meet their ideals.
Mm-hmm. And I think one of the most important thing is for a guy who's like, hey, I want to actually find a woman who I can settle down with, or even just date, or whatever it is, one night stand, or whatever the situation is. Talk to an older guy who's been married, maybe been married a couple times, or whatever it is. They'll give you key things, but like what Ordy said is some of those, like, we can tell you, hey, this and that, but in the end, it's not going to work out for you because we're different guys. Like with Canadian Spider-Man, we have two different spectrums of what we want in a woman, and that's okay.
We're both on the spectrum.
Yeah, I know, right? My name is Steve.
Yeah.
I can't speak English or Spanish. But
French.
I am.
I'm talking French.
In that
Short bus in the house.
I know, right? But in that is like Canadian Spider-Man can tell one guy, hey, this is what you should look for in a woman. And it could be totally different, but it's like his intentions are good. And I can tell one guy, hey, this and that. Like it's every guy is gonna be different, but we're gonna tell them in good intentions of like this is what you look for in a woman. It's like Canadian Spider-Man, but like you got to look for the beauty, or like if she can cook, or all these things, like traditional woman. And the problem with that is with guys is there's not many women who want to be traditional because of how society is set up. Then they just want to be like, I want to be on OnlyFans, I want to do all TikTok dance and all that stuff. And I know this episode is boring for Tyler because he's yawning like a little.
I'm a sleepy guy. I'm
I
sorry.
know you are, you little bitch. But no, it's I would just talk to guys who are older and who has been through a lot more. It's and you don't have to actually listen listen, but you don't have to fully go through like, okay, this is how I find a woman, because it's gonna be a little bit different for you. Like for me growing up, I was like, I want to marry a blonde chick who's fit and all this stuff. Clearly I did not get a blonde fit chick. I got someone who actually worked with me on a more physical, emotional level, and it worked. That's the other thing is, for guys who are watching, if you want to try to start looking for a woman who's like, hey, how do I find a woman who will work with me? You got to find a woman who will actually like stick by your side. I always tell guys, I'm like, if you find a woman who's like, hey, you know what? I'm here thick and thin. If we got to bury a body, let's bury a body.
Who will
Like,
actually do it with you?
Ex-
That is one in a
exactly.
million, and keep her.
You want a partner in crime. That's what I
Yes.
say. You want a woman who's going to stick by your side.
and
Be like, you know what?
preferably actually
She knows better
go
mine
through with
shaft than you
committing
do
a
to put that
crime.
body down.
Yeah.
If you actually do commit a crime together, then you really have something on her. She really can't leave.
I know, right?
Hey, Danny, you're absolutely right. Gen X chicks are the best.
Yes,
But if
Danielle is correct. Gen X.
Yeah, it's if you find a woman who's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to stick by your side no matter what. If you come to her and be like, hey, look, we're moving here and here and here, whatever the situation is, we're moving to Texas, we're moving to Oregon, whatever, pick a state, Wyoming, Vermont,
Moving to
whatever,
where they
and
don't
she's
have extradition treaties.
yeah, and she's like, you know what, we're doing this. Like that, it's rare to find a woman like that, because then they'll be like, well, my family, I'm this stuff. Fuck your family. We're moving here for a
Or at
reason.
least your
If a
sister.
woman is gonna fully trust you, that's the other thing. Is if a woman is like, you know what, I want a man who I can trust, and I'm gonna be by that person's side no matter what. Like it does at that point, it doesn't matter what her looks are. That's a gold right there. Like you've hit the jackpot. You don't have to do the lottery anymore. Like stick by, like keep her. Like that's a keeper. Cause she's gonna be like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna defend you no matter what. I'm on your side. And if
Yep.
you commit something, I'm gonna defend you no matter what. Because she values who you are. That's the other thing. If you find a woman who values you as a man and as a masculine man, you can do a lot of things. If she's like, you know what, I'm gonna depend on you on this for keeping the house safe, keeping everyone safe around us, because you value everyone.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. And she does have to be smoking hot. That's one thing. I'll agree to that.
I mean, that's kind of the whole point to them, because otherwise we could just hire out the service.
How many babies you gonna make?
That's right.
Yeah.
Although, if you do make babies with her, there's a good chance she might take them, and you won't really see them except on the weekends every other month.
They do be doing that.
Yeah, they will. They be doing that.
Not that I'm cynical.
Yeah. No.
No,
I know
no.
I know, Canadian Spider-Man, you have a different perspective than I do, but I know you come at it with a good heart, and
do.
that's why you're on the show. You do say a lot of crazy things, but you do come at it in a with a good heart on it, and I appreciate it.
I'm
love the
still friends with all of my. I lived with 6 women. I'm still friends with them all. No, they're all buried right out there. I talk to them every day.
But I love the fact that we actually have someone who has a different perspective. Like, or I may not agree with a lot of what Orty or Canadian Spider-Man says or what Tyler or Rick says, but like we all have different perspectives. That's what makes us men, is we have different views on things. But in the end, we all have something in common. We just want a woman that's gonna help us. Be our
So,
backbone.
CSM, I have to give you a prop, CSN. That was a great deadpan delivery on the punchline.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty good
That
joke.
was quality.
Canadian Spider-Man
Well
has worked on.
crafted.
He has worked on his jokes really well the past few weeks,
Have
and
to,
they're good.
right? Well, if you're not tall, Steve, you got to be funny, right?
I know, right? You and we're on a whole different spectrum.
Oh
here.
yeah,
It sucks.
All right, we're 2 levels
Am I the
down.
only one over
trying to-
5'5" on tonight?
I'm
Yes.
5'6".
What? I'm
What?
5'9", depending on if I'm slouching or not. So.
6 foot. Let's go.
I'm 5'4".
I don't. Yeah.
See, here's the problem that I have, Canadian Spider-Man, is I'm short, bald, and gray hair, so I have to be funny because they're like, "Wow, you're bald." I'm like, "Yeah, it happens." Doesn't happen to you?
Sean Connery, right? Look at him.
I know, right? But we're gonna get into tip of the hat, and yes,
Just the tip.
yeah, just the tip, baby. And it's not playing for me.
And if she falls for that, just keep going.
I don't know why the video's not playing. Anyways, so we're gonna get into tip the hat because the video. Yeah, thank you very much. So if you want to be a part of Tip the Hat, you can go to the Rumble channel, and you can actually do a Rumble rant of your tip of the hat. And what we do is we talk about who inspired us. It used to be just men. It's branched into moms. I've now made it whoever has inspired us. It could be Rosa Parks. I don't know. It could be Pocahontas. Not Elizabeth Warren. All right, please, for the love of God, no one says Elizabeth Warren. But anyone who is inspired.
If Elizabeth Warren inspired when they wouldn't be able to do it anyway.
I know, right? But Orty, who is your tip of the hat for the week?
You know, my tip of the hat this week is going to go to all of our Canadians. Canadian Spider-Man, Lorber, just all of them, because they eat a lot of shit from us on this show, and they roll with it. They give it right back. They have fun with it. And generally they're in a worse political situation than we were in 4 years ago. So to be able to still retain your sense of humor when you are just watching everything in your country get fucking worse. I mean, the new guy they elected is worse than fucking.
You understand we didn't elect him.
Well, yeah, I get that. But the
Liberals voted for the leader of their party, and de facto he becomes
in the royal they, not you personally, but
0.3% of the Canadian population participated in that, and voted for him in that election. 0.3 chose him.
Damn.
Because it
that's
was
the
just
problem
a vote.
with the
You had to be a
parliamentary
Liberal
system,
Party
but-
member.
yeah. And I get it. And I meant we and they and the royal, not you personally.
Yeah, no,
And,
that's why I'm moving to Texas, buddy.
All right. You'll enjoy it there.
See,
Sears
Orty
and
did-
queers.
You're already going to Mexico. Just stop in Texas.
But anyway,
something to fuck and something to shoot.
For my tip of the hat, I love you guys. You know, when we're on KLRN, when we say, what are you guys coming up this week? When we're listening to all our shows, I'll say, you know, I'll be on a show with Rick and Jeff and Vincent and Steve and some random Canadian. And I mean, it's just, you guys are awesome. And really, I love all of you. You're fucking great.
Yeah.
Cool. Orty was like, Canada, new prime minister, and Canadian Spider-Man's like, fuck this guy. He went out.
We didn't elect him.
I know.
He's like of the Liberal Party.
I just watched Canadian Spider-Man turn red enough to make me believe that he was actually in Mexico for the last few
Why
weeks.
do you think I'm going to Mexico? I'm taking my snorkel and I'm going to Mexico.
So, Canadian Spider-Man,
yes.
who is your tip of the hat?
I gotta say, my tip of the hat is to a buddy of mine. I just went and visited him last week in Whistler, and my buddy, I worked with him at the maintenance gig in the hotels in Whistler, and he's yeah, a young Australian fella, and he is really, man, he's doing well. He's volunteered for the local fire department, so he's helping help protect the community around him on the fire department out of his own volunteer efforts. He's got a good job working for the ski hill locally, and him and his wife, they've got a little 1.5-year-old boy. And Jackson's favorite thing to do, he's a guy, like any guy, put an empty bucket on your head, run full speed until you hit a wall. That's his new favorite thing. And yeah, that's awesome. So, Rob, shout out. You're doing a great job raising Jackson. And yeah, just a shout out to him. He's just an excellent father, a good guy. If you want, if your house is on fire, he's a good guy to know. And just one of these immigrants. He's an Australian that came over. He plays hockey better than I do. He fully committed to the Canadian life. When I actually was criticizing Canada staying with him, he just turned 40. Actually, that's why we were there, and he was pretty hard defending Canada. I mean, he's naive is the only problem, but he's very much worthy of a tip of the hat to Rob.
All right. Rick.
All right. So I was going to stay with the theme, but this inspired me to do something else. I'm going to give this week's tip of the hat to my oldest son, who's not actually my biological son. He is a dad of now 3 kids, one of which isn't his either. So he basically took a page out of my book and took a kid and made him his own, and then had 2 others. And he is somebody who has found exactly what he wanted in a wife. They are building an excellent life together. He does over the road trucking for now. They've just sold their house in the town next to me, and they are building up a property that they bought together out in the country and moving out there in the next few months. And he's just, for as worried as I was with him about him when he was a kid, because that was the one thing that she and I fought about all the time, my now ex, was him. Because when we first got together, anytime I started trying to help with anything, because he was like 5, first thing she would always say is, "That's not your kid, so stay out of it." That actually probably should have been my key to just, or my red flag to go, yeah, no, I'm out. But I stuck with it for a long time, and we were together for forever, and he still calls me dad. So yeah, that's my tip of the hat, because he's, like I said, he's the one that got hooked on drugs and all kinds of stuff, and he's just completely turned his life around, and I couldn't be more proud of him. So
cool.
Nice.
Ordy or Tyler.
All right. So to keep up with the theme of tonight's show, I'm going to say Neil Strauss. So he's the author of this book called The Game, and it's about having game, running game on women. And the reason I'm saying him is because towards the end of the book, the whole thing is about, yeah, like you can run game to meet a bunch of women and sleep with a bunch of women if you want, but you can also use it to meet the one. And, you know, to a certain degree, when you're in a relationship, you still have to run a little bit of game on your woman. You still have to keep her interested. You still have to, I don't want to say use manipulation. It's not really the right word, but use some tactics just to keep it interesting and, you know, keep the thing spicy and keep it going. I thought he did a really good job in that book, just illustrating how to effectively run game on women. And the fact that he talked about, like, not just using it for sleazy purposes, but, you know, to actually find your future wife, I thought was really cool. And if you are struggling meeting women, I highly recommend reading the book, The Game. Fantastic book. So Neil Strauss, tip of the hat.
I know that. I've read that book.
It's a good one, huh?
It's interesting. I never used. Well, maybe I did. I don't know.
I know
I
this
studied
book.
it.
Your conclusions were all wrong. Halsey acted foolishly. That would have
But-
killed it if Vince was still here.
I got through everyone, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that's what she said.
Cool. I got. I hit a little brain fart. To me, Tyler, you're gonna love this one. My tip of the hat is gonna be Brother Matt Weed, who's been on this episode before.
Oh, I
He
thought it was
is-
going to be Juan or Oliver.
No, no,
He couldn't remember which one was which, so he picked somebody
I
else.
know. I can't tell which one's which. Which Asian are you? No,
I'm gonna show them this episode.
good. I don't care. They're gonna laugh. I've told Juan and Oliver I can't tell the difference between you guys.
They look
Yeah,
nothing
They
alike.
say the same.
I know. Shut up.
Anyway, you were
They,
saying
say,
you're
they,
taking
say
the
the
hat.
same, they say the same thing about white people. Oh, you white people look the same.
I know, but no, it's so.
It's not. We don't have all the same color hair.
Yeah,
That's number one.
bro.
Number one, and we also don't have all this. You have redheads who are like their skin is different color.
Hey,
white.
CSM, let him finish his thought, bro. I didn't mean to offend you.
No, let him continue.
Let him
No,
cook.
we had my
Yeah,
my
let's
ex
go.
and I had lots of conversations about this. Yeah, and I was saying there's a reason for the stereotype because you all have the same color hair. It's all straight. White people can have curly hair. We can have no. There's a reason. I mean, factually, objectively speaking, there are very more similarities to. There's a smaller. What's the word for there in genetics? We learned a word for it. There's a smaller phenotype of no, that's not the right word, but there's a
Yeah, you're close. That's close
range
enough.
of physical characteristics for the Asian genes, and that's why you do look similar. Plus, you all shop at the same store.
In North Korea, they all have the same haircut too.
Yeah. So don't blame
Well, I mean,
us.
to be fair, there's only one barber in North Korea, so
Yeah. But anyways, my tip of the hat is Matt Weed. He has taught me to, because the guy trolls me.
Yes, he does.
Well, I know he does, but
Don't
it's
feed
more
the
of like
trolls.
it's he trolls me because he's a firefighter and that's what he does. The problem is though,
Oh shit! Juan just texted me right now.
he did.
Yeah, he said he's
Um,
watching the show.
no, he's not.
Yeah.
Really? All right.
I'll show you later after the show
Okay.
ends.
But
Konnichiwa.
with Tyler, or not Tyler, Jesus, man, I'm getting all people's names mixed up. White, Asian, I don't care. I'm getting it all mixed up. But no, with Matt, it's more of like, how do I troll him back? How do I talk to him without making it personal? And he has taught me the value of being patient, the value of not taking things personal. Even though I've understood that, but with someone who I know very close, that's something I had to learn. And through with Gary and Tyler and everyone's been like, don't take it so serious. It's like, I know. And that's the thing with guys is when we bust your balls, it's not us humiliating you to the point where it's embarrassing and stuff. We're teaching you how to have thick skin.
Mm-hmm.
And with Matt, he taught me a little bit about that. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And slowly, I'm gradually busting his balls. I did it a little bit today, and he knew I was joking with him. I was like, cool. So that's what's important, and is the value of just knowing who you're really good friends with, and just talking shit to each other.
Yeah.
It's like how girls give compliments to each other. You know, they don't
Do
mean
they?
it. We don't mean the mean shit that we say to each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, like we bust Canadian Spider-Man's balls because he can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. It doesn't like we're not making it like
Hey, he got one right.
okay, one
Yeah.
guy he got
Yeah,
one
I mean-
chick right.
I
he's
did
batting
that.
like he's batting like 20% right now, so he's doing better
Yeah.
than he was. I will say that does bring up an interesting perspective because with guys, when we give each other shit, we don't mean it. When
Mhm.
women pay each other compliments, they don't mean it. So it's kind of the same thing in reverse because they're like catty with each other, and mean it, and they're mean with each other and mean it. We talk shit with our friends all the time. That's why we
See,
confuse women, because
that's the difference between giving shit and talking shit. If I give you shit, I like you. If I talk shit about you, I don't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm from the generation talk shit, get hit. So if I'm talking shit to you, I'm ready to you bring a fucking sandwich and a lantern because it's going on.
Yeah. So
Sandwich and
it's
a ladder.
bring a ladder and a
I
lunch.
said lantern because yeah, for you ladder, for those not in the lollipop guild, lantern.
but
I'm gonna have to add that to my alliteration. I've never heard it with lantern before, so from now on,
I
it's gonna be
know.
like bring a ladder, bring a lunch, and a lantern.
I'm Amish.
But that's what that's what I learned this week is like, just because someone's busting your balls, that just means like, hey, I value you as a friend. And it means that I trust you enough to know that you're not gonna go bitch about it and stuff. Like I know I told Tyler and Gary, I'm like, dude, he really fucks with me right now. I'm asking all this shit. It's really fucking annoying. Only because if I troll back, it's like I can make it very personal. That's my whole thing is I don't know how to gauge trolling. I can make it very personal really fast.
Mm.
Well, it's
And
always politics too, bro. Like
it is.
it's
It's
just
fucking
it's so
politics.
funny
And I'm
from
like,
my
God fucking
perspective.
damn it.
Yeah, that's right.
So
It's
he
funny
gets
from
me.
my perspective watching how
Yeah.
mad you get because I can tell that you're like, oh, dude, I will fucking burn you to the ground. It's not that deep. Like you'll sit there and like really think about it, and Matt's over there just. It's
Because
the
here's the
funniest
thing.
fucking thing ever.
And I know it's funny on the outside. It's because I could really have fun with this. But he's also a brother. He's a Mason, and I'm like,
Right.
I want to respect that. That's the other thing. I put myself at check. I'm like, I can't go that far. But fuck, man, he's really getting me on these things, and I'm not saying anything. I want to say things. I'm like, God damn, I can just roast him right now. But at the same time, he's teaching me how to check myself. That's the thing. It's like if someone's roasting you, sometimes you don't have to say anything back. Just learn to put yourself in check. And Gary's all like, he's just saying that out of love and all this stuff. I was like, fuck this. I want to roast him. Like, trust me, man.
He
Oh,
trolled
but
me so bad, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
I know. Looking back now, it's funny as fuck. It is.
It
He's
is.
got
Yeah.
me good because he does it in the firefighter way. And I'm like, just sitting there. I'm like, God damn it. Like, this sucks. Because I could take him on, but I can't. Like, that's the thing. It's like, well, how far can I take this kind of thing? And it's, for me, it's, I learned you don't have to go full on Rancor roasting. You can just have a little fun. And it's finally today we were having a little fun with it with figure skating. It was hilarious. I loved it. So it's to me, that's what he taught me. It's like how to put myself in check, how to be patient, and just how to like understand you don't have to go full trolling on people, especially when it's someone who you know very personally. And it's like, yeah, just have fun. And
Yeah.
yeah. On that note, I want to thank Vincent, who had to leave early for important things, and Tyler, who came in a little bit late, like work. We'll just dock you.
Sorry, I'm sorry I was late. I wasn't
It's all good.
working. I was making a chicken sandwich.
I know. And Rick,
That's 3 demerits for a tardy, sir. That's
Yeah.
3 demerits for a tardy.
and thanks to Rick for KLRN Radio and Canadian Spider-Man, Ordy, all you guys. This has been a fun episode. It's been a lot of fun. Next week, we're going to talk about masculinity. Yeah, so guys, if you're not masculine and you're just simping for OnlyFans chicks, get fucked because we're about to bust your balls. And fuck this.
Oh.
Dead air.
And we say bye-bye.
And
Killed the stream.
Rumble Studios doesn't like what I was saying. All right, that's cool. And so tonight, tomorrow, Jesus. When you get kicked off of Rumble Studios, it throws you off a bit. I'm gonna move me up to here because there we go. All right. Next week we're going to talk about masculinity, and we're going to have Gay Biker Dad on next week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I've been talking to him.
Wait, you're talking about what?
Gay Biker Dad?
No.
Is that a person?
Yeah, that is a person. Why no?
Did you just say toxic masculinity?
No, masculinity, and I'm going to
I thought you
have
said
gay.
toxic.
No, that's not a thing. I
No
don't know what
such
you're
thing.
talking about.
I was gonna
Toxic
say,
I actually,
femininity.
it is. It's a show that's on tomorrow that me, Rick, Aggie, and G are on, and Andrew.
Hey,
That's why I was like, wait the fuck up.
Yeah, we're taking over your podcast, buddy. Man-O-Rama is just gonna fuck Kayla in right now. We're just gonna take over everyone's podcast. No. So Gay Biker Dad is gonna come on next week, and he's been wanting to talk about masculinity. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Bueno. Muy bueno.
Yeah. And dude, the hat is hilarious, Canadian Spider-Man. The hat is hilarious.
I'll be joining from Mexico next week.
No Mexicans
Oh.
what part,
becoming
of,
just a
what part of
Mexican.
Mexico are you going to?
Zihuatanejo.
Oh no shit, dude. My ex was from there actually.
Yeah, Zihuatanejo. Shawshank Redemption.
Ah,
I'll be coming to you from on location of Shawshank.
Interesting.
if you go live, dude, I'll hop on and say what's up from the comments.
Oh damn! Hell yeah! No, I will be for the next 4 weeks, be 3 weeks, be streaming from there.
All right.
I'll say
That's all I
howdy.
have to do: stream and drink tequila.
There you go. But
play.
I want to thank everyone who tuned in. The fans, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it very much. Next week we're going to talk about masculinity, and it's going to be a lot of fun. On that note, I always like to find. I did find it. I always like to have the President Trump give the last send off. Here it is.
And we say bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye,
Hell,
everybody.
Hydra.
I fucking knew it.